Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Denver Invent. So basically, I'm going to show you an older project I did quite a few years ago. I do a lot of camping in the winter, and I don't like dragging a big, huge canvas tent and one of the camping stoves. So I decided to build one, and I just want to show everybody how easy these little camping stoves are to build. Basically, they run for anywhere between 80, probably 120. I've seen some really nice ones for upwards of like 200, but you don't need to spend money on that. And I know this looks a little rough. It's been used quite a few times. I try to go camping as much as I can in the winter. I love camping in the snow, so it's kind of a necessity. So basically, all this is just a piece of body metal, rounded, fabricated a quick little door on it, some hinges from the local dollar store. And I don't know if the legs are in here or not. They are not, but I believe I've got one of them here. So, the way this works is you have just some fabricated homemade legs. I just welded a piece to the top of this other bolt. The way this works is these I keep inside along with any camping supplies that I'm taking, usually like my canned food or anything like that. I just wrap it in a bag, throw it inside with a little bit of paper and stuff that I might need. And when you take it out at your campsite and you're getting ready to bunk down, what you do is you screw these little legs in. As you can see, I got some bolts and nuts welded to it. And I don't have the other ones right now, but that's kind of what it does. It stands up like that. And you keep everything right inside of it. And then the pipe is just this really cheap, like, dryer pipe you get. It's more than adequate. I usually take like 2 lengths of this. It slides inside. You basically can snap this little edge open, and it'll slide down inside of it. And then the actual, everybody will recognize this piece. Once again, just fabricated it out of a old lamp. Basically, the way it works is just pushes down inside that, and there, no rain getting in you. And on the tent side, you can convert any tent. I had to go to like a craft supply store and pick up a 12-inch diameter piece of really thick leather. And then basically you just cut a hole in your tent and sew that leather in. And then you sew in you cut in a round hole for this to go up through the tent. So when you get in the tent, I usually collect some rocks from the site, lay the rocks underneath of it. That'll make sure you don't burn your bottom. Usually, you're not going to get a roaring fire in this. You don't want to make this, a massive fire. It's really meant to take the chill off when you're camping at minus 20 or 30. And that's pretty much it. You mount this. I mount this to the top of my pack. I just carry it with me. It's not very long. It's probably about 18 inches total. It's got probably about an 8-inch diameter. The top. This isn't the right piece for this one. It's in the garage. But anyways, the next piece down slides inside of that. And then there's a coupler that you put inside, and that coupler, I just built it. You basically reach through the front, and then that goes up, and there's a pin that goes through that holds the pipe. So you're not worrying about the pipe actually coming out of that as you've got a fire going in the tent. And then, like I said, I put anything else that I've got, like the top piece, all the legs, food, anything that's heavy, that's metal that I don't want to rip in the book bag. And then I even had my wife teach me how to sew. And some people laugh, but sewing is fantastic. And that was just an old pair of work pants. And basically the stove slides right in it, and I've just got a Velcro strip put to it. And then I stitched up some just loops, and that's where I tie it down to the top of my pack so I could strap it down. It's in its own little container. I've put quite a bit of weight in this and never had any problems with my terrible sewing job, but it definitely is a solution to spending money. This project will take you probably about an hour. Maybe a little more if you're trying to go really fancy on the door and the draft. As you can see with mine, it's just a bent piece of metal. You just slide it back and forth. That's it. There's a rod that goes in. You can see that. That holds the door shut. I don't build a rip-roaring fire in this. It's meant for just some little bits and pieces. I'll fire it up before I go to sleep and then crawl in the book bag. I've used it to heat up a can of soup kind of thing. I've made coffee on the top of it. But it's, you know, it's an alternative if you want to try winter camping. Let's sort of turn the camera around here. But that's another basic project that anybody can do. You just need a welder. Anybody that doesn't have a welder, go buy one. They're cheap, and you will never regret it. So that is the homemade camping stove. If anybody wants plans for that, I can certainly email those off. Just drop a message there for me, and that's that one. So everybody have a great day, and thanks for tuning in.